When they start out with, hey, pal, you don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, bud.
It's like, how many barrels have you shot out, dude? I've shot out more barrels than I can remember. Hi, folks. Tim Sundles here, and my beautiful Kim is filming on her iPhone. When I run into a situation where I find a product that's really good, especially if it's by an American manufacturer, I want to report on it. I mean, heaven knows how many crappy American manufacturing products in the gun industry I've reported on. And I just always want to give straight up information for people because I handle and shoot a lot of guns. And so this is a modern Winchester, Model 70, controlled round feed. I've only had it 3 weeks. Our 6.5 video dropped yesterday, which is being widely received, and I didn't have this rifle in it. This is a .264 Winchester Magnum, and I didn't have this rifle in it when we made the video because I hadn't shot it yet, and I just don't want to put something in a video that I haven't used. This rifle is so well made and is so accurate that I just have to talk about it. First of all, this is the Winchester Featherweight. In the Magnum cartridges, the Featherweight, like in .06 or 270, comes with a 22-inch barrel. In the Magnum cartridges, like 300 Win Mag or 338 Win Mag or 264 Win Mag, comes with a 24-inch barrel. And the 264 Win Mag is a cartridge that justifies the use of a 24-inch barrel. It's a true Western cartridge for reaching across canyons, for out in open sagebrush at 400 and 500 yards. And I want to talk about my great experience with this rifle. The wood is plain and the gun is expensive. You know, for an over-the-counter production rifle, I think I paid $1,700 for this. You know, and for that price, you could buy almost 2 Weatherby Vanguards and almost 3 Savage 110s for that price. And the Weatherby Vanguards have a really good reputation for accuracy. They have a great reputation. I mean, the Savage 110 has a great reputation for out-of-the-box accuracy. And you can get something cheaper like those instead of something like this. But if you like traditional controlled round feed actions, if you like traditional styling, I love the Featherweight version with the schnabel and the real slim forearm. And I don't know if, Kim, if your phone can pick this up. I buy so many rifles that are free-floated, which I like, but the barrel channel that the barrel fits into here on the stock is off to one side or the other. Like I recently bought a Savage 110, and it's completely off to the side of the barrel channel. The barrel is. You know, so then I got to take it apart and sand down the one side that's touching the barrel. If you free float a barrel, you don't want anything touching it. This thing is perfectly put together. The wood to metal fit is astoundingly good for a production rifle, and wow, does it shoot. I first shot some factory Remington ammo, 140 grain core locks out of it. And you know, the accuracy was real so-so, but I did that just to get it on paper. I never cleaned the barrel when I bought it. I ran a dry patch down the barrels, all I've done. Who knows what this thing will do if I go through all my accuracy workup protocols, you know, by using different guard screw tensions and all the other stuff. But it's shooting so good, I really don't want to screw with it. I don't even want to defoul the barrel. I'm shooting This is one of my hand loads. This is the 264 Win Mag, and the bullet seated in that case is a 129 grain Hornady interlock. Now, I'm old. I've been using interlocks since I was in my teens, and I used a ton of interlocks in my 20s. Back in those days, we didn't have the kind of bullet selection you have now. All there was really was Sierra, Hornady, and this is clear back when Joyce Hornady, owned the company after he started it. And those old interlock bullets were kind of soft. I used to shoot a lot of them in 284 Winchester. They made 154 grain, and I killed several deer with it. And even at 284 Winchester velocities, which were probably in the 2,800 foot a second range, that bullet would disintegrate on mule deer. It always killed them on the spot, because that's a lot of bullet to disintegrate on a thin-bodied deer. But the current interlocks are pretty wonderful bullets. Now, I haven't killed anything with the 6.5 interlocks yet, but in Africa, I've been shooting the 130 and 140 grain interlocks quite a bit. And, like if we have to cull black wildebeest, black wildebeest bull is a 350 to 400 pound animal, and you get to see how the bullets act. And if you hit a wildebeest in the body way out there or up close, either way, that interlock holds together and penetrates deep and does just what you'd want a bullet to do, terminally inside an animal. I mean, they're a thing of beauty, and they're not expensive. Well, I've got thousands of these on hand. So I just thought, well, I'll try that 129 grain bullet. It's perfect for deer, and see if it shoots. I had to, experiment with seating depth, and of course I had to get the velocities up where I wanted with my chosen powder. And I am shooting half minute of angle at 150 yards once I got everything all dialed in. And I know tricks from decades of reloading, like how to get your necks straight. This is virgin brass, but I size them anyway, and just to make sure the necks are straight. And then I have some tricks for seating bullets into straight necks to keep everything concentric. And once I got the recipe right, I can repeatably shoot 3-shot groups into 3/4 of an inch at 150 yards. That's 1/2 MOA. And this is a sporter weight rifle. It's not heavy. I wouldn't say it's super lightweight. It is their featherweight configuration, but it's nice and packable, low recoil. I mean, like I said, I paid $1,700 for it. I found it on Guns International, new in the box, and I just thought, well, I want to experiment with that rifle, so I bought it, and I'm not sorry. This is one that I will keep. And, by the time I have 1,000 rounds down the barrel, the throat will be washed out. The 6.5s in these giant overbore cases really, really hammer bores. And, the throat area, they really erode. It's a lot of powder to force down a little 6.5 millimeter barrel. And so you get a lot of throat erosion. And on our 6.5 videos, I'm getting comments from people. As usual, 99% of our comments are wonderful. People are polite, grateful, gracious. But when I talked about speeding up a rate of twist, standard rate of twist in America for the 6.5 was 1 in 9. Winchester got that started with this cartridge in 1958, which is the year I was born. Wonderful rate of twist to shoot bullets up to 140 grains. And if I wanted to take the belt off this cartridge, put a sharper shoulder on it, and maybe and rebate the rim size, but keep the powder capacity, I basically have a Weatherby 6.5 RPM. Ballistically, that's what I would have. This thing gives roughly the very same ballistics as the Weatherby 6.5 RPM. And by speeding up the rate of twist from 1 9 to 1 8 and shooting 150 grain bullets at full speed, what you're gonna get is faster throat erosion. And I had people comment, oh, that's not true. Where do you get that? Oh, well, I get it from several places. It's known in the industry. I mean, and how many throats have I washed out? I mean, just in 264, I've had problems with throat erosion. I do this for a living. So when I get rude, I mean, if you disagree, fine, disagree, but you don't have to be a dick about it.
Hey, pal.
Yeah.
Don't call me a dick.
Yeah. 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 When they start out with, hey, pal, you know, you don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, bud.
It's like, how many barrels have you shot out, dude? I've shot out more barrels than I can remember. And some of them in big calibers, like 300 Weatherby. I think that was the first barrel I ever shot out. Of course, getting throat erosion in a 300 Weatherby back in the day, I mean, I'm going back to when I was 20-ish, wasn't very hard to do because Weatherby put so much free bore in the darn things that the first half-inch of barrel didn't even have riflings anyway. So to eat the riflings out of the next half-inch wasn't very hard. Didn't take a lot. Anyway, folks, this is a purchase. If you want a controlled round feed, traditional, nice working rifle, and I don't know if they're making these in synthetic. I mean, the wood's kind of ugly. The engraving is certainly done by lasers. It's tasteful. It's tasteful engraving. Everything about this rifle I like. If it has a flaw, it's got a 5-pound trigger on it, which is very crisp, but it's still a 5-pound trigger. And I'll be sorting that out later. I'll put a few little hand stone touches on the sear. And you know, a rifle like this deserves a 3-pound trigger that's crisp. It would make precision shooting with it much easier. Anyway, folks, I just had to report on the wonderful success of this rifle, and I haven't shot a bunch of other types of bullets in it. I like the interlock for deer hunting, and you know that plain Jane lead tip on that bullet? If you want a really nice plastic tip for double the money, at 500 yards, it'll make about a 2-inch difference in drop. And that bullet is a flat base. And at 500 yards, that might make, over a long, sleek bow tail, that might make about 2 inches in drop. So you've basically got, by going with a standard cup core design bullet that's not a premium bullet at all, you basically are going to save maybe 4 inches of drop at 500 yards in that cartridge. And I can afford to sit at the rim of a canyon and laser range rocks out there at various distances. Rocks I'll shoot at 1,000 meters. Living animals, I won't. I mean, my limit is 500 yards on living animals because there's too many factors out of your control when you get out there past 500 yards, like crosswinds, other things, updrafts, and you run the risk of wounding animals. Anyway, wonderful rifle, to me, worth every penny of the $1,700 because why? Because it works. I mean, they're made in Portugal now, and I don't know the extent of where all the parts are made. Maybe they're just assembled in Portugal. I don't know. That doesn't bother me if something works. Winchester was busy screwing up their own products the last couple of decades in a major way when they were made in America. So whatever they're doing in Portugal, they've got the fit and the finish right. They've got the quality down. High quality rifle shooting experience. Folks, I hope you have a good day, and I hope this is useful. And I will say, God bless. We'll see you on the next video.